Welcome to Chefs in the City. I'm your host, Ann Fisher, along with my esteemed co-hosts, chefs, cooking teachers, restaurant reviewers, world travelers, and all-around gourmands, Rich Terapak and Steve Stover.
Hi, Ann.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
We're talking about wine today, and you guys like wine okay, right?
Send me in, Coach.
Okay. Somebody's got to do it, as they say. We are delighted to welcome Faye Muncie to the conversation. She is the house wine expert at the venerable HausFrau Haven in German Village, which she co-owns with Julie Delia.
Correct.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So how's the wine business?
It's fantastic. I'm happy to say.
Yay, because
Yes.
it's not always that way in all quarters. I mean, you read the news, so what's fantastic about it?
I think we are very blessed to be in a neighborhood that supports businesses, and we're very lucky. The store has so much history. I mean, I can't hardly believe that we've owned it 30 years now.
I know it. I know.
This
Oh,
year
my
was
gosh.
30 years. So, and then before that, Fred and Howard had such a great track record, and
30 years. Wow.
yes, being the mayors of German Village. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's just a lot of history there, and people seem to support us.
Yeah, the demographic
thankfully.
of the neighborhood is good. It's
Very good.
We interviewed you when we were at WOSU.
Yes.
But I don't remember, and forgive me if I've forgotten, which is shocking me personally, but that you learned to be a wine.
I'm amazed that you remember that.
That
Yes.
you learned. You didn't just, I'm an expert at wine, therefore I will start a wine shop. You decided to.
Exactly.
It was the other way
old-fashioned
around.
The old-fashioned way. Yes. Read, taste,
What was that
travel,
like? I mean, I
learn.
just think about just absorbing all that information, and it's kind of subjective too. So
Right. Well, it was a little daunting in the beginning, but the business became for sale, and I'd kind of looked at it and I thought, well, would love to have the business. Got to have the building, so you don't get kicked out by your landlord. So we negotiated for the business and the building at that time.
so wise.
And then
Yeah.
I had retail experience. Had a ladies' clothing boutique at that time.
Okay.
And so I wasn't afraid of retail, so that helped. And I wasn't afraid of learning, and I was a wine drinker already, so I was just very interested in diving in and learning everything I could about wine.
what was the hardest part about it? Because it sounded like you were self-taught.
I was definitely self-taught. Basically, just learning about all the grape varietals and all the countries and how they differed from each other. And especially Italy being the hardest because there's only 1,200 grapes produced in Italy.
No
So
kidding,
that
1,200.
was just, and I still learn every single day.
Yeah.
And it's been 30 years, and I still say you learn something new every single day in the wine business. And that is true to this day. And the more you know you need to know, basically.
Yeah. When you took over the location, it was known as a place that sold wine as well, besides cards and magazines.
And everything. Are you kidding me?
Yes,
Everything.
it was a little more general store, a little less wine.
Yeah.
So we definitely flip-flopped the usage of the business. And as I learned more about wine, then we just kept bringing more and more in. And then today, I don't know when the last time you guys have been in the store, but if we find 1 square inch to put a bottle of wine, I'm, filling the shelves. So, and it's fun.
Yeah, you do. It is fun. It's fun to look around, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's great to find something. We were looking for a Portuguese wine.
Yeah.
And for a party of some kind, I think celebrating a trip we'd all taken. And sure enough, you had several bottles and different varietals, and it's great.
Thank you.
And you now have a place where you can drink wine.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
So we have the laundry, and the reason it was called the laundry because the other half of the building was a self-service laundromat for years and years and years. And then we closed it during COVID and decided to put a little wine bar in. We're not open long hours. We're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 to 9. And it's a great gathering place for the neighborhood, and people from all over the city actually come. So it's very small, very easy, very chill.
Seats about 16, maybe?
No. We seat 40-ish.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say
really?
much more
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah. We have a capacity of 49, but it's comfortably seating for 40 to 45.
So someone can purchase a bottle of wine in the store and
Yes.
take it over. There's a corkage, I assume.
Corkage fee.
How do corkage fees work?
You just add it on to the bottle
But
of
how
wine.
do you know what to add on? Like, how does that
Well,
figure?
ours is really easy. There's just one corkage fee. There's no sliding scale for
Okay.
us. Some people do that, but for us, we just charge $10 a bottle, whether it's
Which
a
is a
$10
bargain,
bottle or a
yeah.
$150 bottle. Yes, it is. And we have not changed our corkage fee since we've had our wine bar
That
open.
is wise. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
serve wine by the glass?
We definitely serve wine by the glass. We have 3 beers on tap, and we also have a liquor license, so you can get a cocktail. And we
you
do
do?
some very cool and interesting
The
cocktails.
liquor license, quite a coup. I mean, where did that come from?
Okay, during COVID, I think again, I mean, it's, you always try to look at a silver lining. It was such a horrible time for everyone. And we bought a license that was not being used at that time and just sat on it. We have no interest in retailing liquor in the store. We don't have space for it, but we thought for the wine bar it would be perfect. And our bartenders are very clever, and they come up with crazy, fun, interesting cocktails.
I was looking on the website and I saw some of the photos.
Yes.
And it looks like fun.
Yes, it
Great.
definitely is.
What kind of trends have you seen now? 30 years, that's a good, healthy stretch of time now in the business.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, Merlot, Shardy. What is it? Where are we?
Okay, so I think the it grape right now is Sauvignon Blanc. And of course, it's perfect because the weather is so
Yeah,
hot.
summer.
And people
I'm
are
writing
loving
this
it.
down.
Yes. But it's clean, it's crisp, it's dry, it's refreshing, and people love it.
It's more flavorful than Pinot Grigio.
And
Yes.
it's more interesting
Yes.
than I think people give it credit for a lot of the time.
It's a fantastic grape, and again, the one thing you learn about the wine business is Sauvignon Blanc can be grown in many countries, and the expression is very different. Whether you get a Sauvignon Blanc that's grown in New Zealand or a Sauvignon Blanc that's grown in Napa, the Loire Valley, so that's the fun part also, and that's a lot of the wine tastings that we do when we do private tastings. People love the compare and contrast tastings.
What else is on your
Is-
bottle?
Sauv Blanc.
Is Sauv Blanc Rosé, of course, this time of year is super popular, and Rosé was
I have
a
some
wine.
friends who have rosé all day.
Absolutely, and right now frosé. So
Rosé.
freeze half your bottle and then
Rose blood.
Yep, exactly.
Brandy.
Float in the pool.
Yeah.
Rosé
Exactly.
was sort of passing for a while there in the 90s, the
It
early
was-
aughts, and then
Yes, I think what happened is people thought it was sweet.
Yeah.
And people even today come in and they see our wall of rosé that we have in the summertime and they go, just show me something that's dry. And we're like, every single one of them. We have a couple sweet ones, but we keep those separate because people generally are, into more dry wines.
We had
in
a
our
dinner,
store.
a
Anyway.
dinner a week or so ago, and half the wine consumed was rosé.
Yes, I'm not surprised. It's a large category.
I had to break into surprise.
yeah, I was going to say how many was you and one other?
No, no. Well, there, me and Mary.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fun, and again, there's a lot of varieties of rosé, from very pale and crisp to a little fuller bodied and richer. So there's something for everyone out there.
All
How
right.
about reds in the summer?
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd ask me that question. So we definitely see a lot of people lighten up and do maybe Pinot Noir or Gamay or maybe a chillable red like a Northern Italian Bardolino. But at the end of the day, it's what you like to drink, and you would not believe how much Cabernet we sell this time of year.
Still, that's great.
People love it.
Still
They
the number
just-
one,
They,
period.
It
Yeah.
is. People
we-
love Cabernet.
yeah,
They
we
like
know.
their big reds, and they're
But
going to
we
drink
chill
them.
some lighter reds at our house.
Right.
Even a Cote de Rhone. Because I remember.
I have a great recipe
Brasserie.
for sangria from Cooks Illustrated, back from like 35 years
That's
ago.
fun.
And Cabernet,
funny.
probably they make
Yeah, any
great
kind of
sangria
deep
with
red.
Cabernet.
Yeah.
Really?
Will go
Yes.
great.
I
yes.
would never have guessed that.
Yeah, you need a rich wine.
Big red.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. A State of the U.S. Wine Industry report for 2026 by the Silicon Valley Bank, which I guess funds wineries, said something to the effect that the top wineries are seeing a sales growth, some 8%, while those at the bottom are seeing a decline more than 10%. So the higher end wines are doing better than the economy. wines. I guess I don't know how else to put it. I don't like to say the
Yeah.
bad wines. I just,
Right.
Bottom
yes.
shelf.
bottom shelf. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that is interesting. I mean, we read so much information on wine business that it doesn't necessarily affect us per se, by the time it trickles down. Because and we sell all price points. I mean, you can come in and you can buy a $10, $12 bottle. Harder to get a $7, $8, $9, $10 these days,
It's
but they're
decent.
still
Inflation.
out there. They've kind of jumped up a little bit, but then we sell crazy expensive also. So we do run the gamut in our store of all price points.
And that I read also that people are drinking less, but with more intention. I guess that's a double-edged sword for a business like yours. But
Well-
although you're not into the long nights in the bar kind of a situation.
Exactly. And I mean, I can see that by the amount of non-alcoholic wine and non-alcoholic beer that is on the increase. And then, of course, there's dry January.
Yeah, whatever that is. I
I
heard
know.
about that.
Yeah.
Skip it, go right to February.
Exactly right. As if you're going to have a dry month, make it February at least.
Yeah,
It's a short
Shorter.
And it's a gloomier month,
Exactly.
in my opinion.
Right.
I don't want to button you guys, but I wanted about shifting tastes and emerging generations. So these new generations that are coming up, do you see any kind of difference
Yes,
there?
definitely. So the younger generation are into a lot of the category of natural wines and orange wines.
What does orange wine mean?
So basically, that is a wine that has extended skin contact
Okay.
with the grape skin. So you get color that's more concentrated and flavors sometimes that are more concentrated. Sometimes they tend to be a little citrusy, a little almost beer-like for lack of a better description. But some of them are. So those are the pet nat wines, the petulant natural wines. And they're basically bottled before they're aged and dosage put into them, and there's a pop bottle cap on them generally. So they are lightly effervescent. Yeah, so sometimes they're described as a little bit earthier style of wine as well, but they're interesting and the kids love them. And they are not inexpensive.
I was going to say,
most
what's the
of them.
price point on those guys?
I would say that they start at around, I'd say 20 to 40.
Yeah,
that's
Wow.
a good average.
And the kids.
Yeah, the kids. Yes, exactly.
Of course, they all work now, and I don't. So I have something to do with
A
it.
box is just fine.
We sell a few of
What are
those as
some
well.
of your favorites?
Oh my gosh, what day is it? I have to say I'm very fickle when it comes to wine. I mean, we're exposed to so much wine in this industry, but I mean, I tend to have a little bit more of a European palate. I love those dry, crisp, minerally whites, and I love my bubbles. So it doesn't have to be champagne. It can be Franciacorta from Italy. It can be really good, crisp Prosecco. I mean, it's just...
We're drinking a lot of Spanish wines. We find that they're really good and good values.
Yes,
Makers
absolutely.
like Muga.
Yes.
And,
Muga used to be a much better value, but it's such a good wine.
Jorge Ordonez.
Yes, exactly.
And the number one best value wine in Wine Spectator last year was a Muga Reserva. That's $40.
I was going to
Muga.
say, right. That just goes to
That's
show, what they're considering
right,
the
it's
levels
Yeah, I
now
didn't
for
cons-
a value wine.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
And then someone asked me when I told them we were interviewing you today, they said, ask her screw top or cork.
Okay, so I think screw tops are fantastic for wine that's intended to be drank now or short term being a year or two. But that if you want to lay down a wine, it probably does need the cork because you need that little bit of air exchange.
Just say there's lets it breathe
Yes,
a little bit. Okay.
exactly.
Thank you.
Yes.
But most of the Marlborough New Zealand wines are
Screw cap.
screw cap.
Open them up and drink them, enjoying them now.
that's-
I don't know
Slug 'em
anyone
down.
that's really going to cellar those wines
No.
anyway. No need to.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. The more the
Buy them by
merrier.
the six pack.
That's good.
There you go. Yes.
Have you been affected by the tariff situation?
Not really. I mean, there for a while, I didn't think the tariffs were ever going to happen. I mean, they were talking about them, a few years ago, and we really didn't see a lot of changes. And then I would say maybe year and a half ish ago, there was about, I would say 10% was the average tariff. And it doesn't seem to have affected business. Customers still buy the wine, and
The distributors
Business as
and the
usual.
importers were scared to death.
Sure.
Well, they
we
should
all
know. I
were.
think the
We all
insecurity
were
is
because
never
we
gonna
didn't
get
know how much it was going to be, but
How do
that
you
seemed
plan?
You'd have
and
a
how you
shipment
plan
out
for
on the
it.
Atlantic and not know what you were going to pay to get it in.
Absolutely. The biggest problem probably during that time was shortage of inventory with the distributors.
because they were just holding it
They
back.
were holding back, not knowing, what they were going to have to pay.
Yeah, because it could change, and if it's on its
Exactly.
way over after you've ordered it,
Yes. Right.
it's so illogical. I mean, how do you expect a business to manage that? Particularly ones
Yes.
that are small volume businesses, that are trying to
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
Patrick and-
Patrick.
Yeah, a lot of small distributors out there. And for us, I mean, we had to make a decision once the tariffs did hit. I mean, a wine that might sell for 25 was going to sell for 35. Am I still going to buy that wine,
Yeah.
at that higher price, or find a replacement still at around the $25 level? So that was our biggest problem with the tariffs.
But you're in a good location
We are.
for people that,
know what
love
they're
wine
doing,
and
yeah.
Yes.
are willing to pay for it.
Yes.
What are you excited about right now? What do you want people to know about?
Gosh, that's a tough question.
Is it another fickle? Depends on the
It's
day.
I guess I don't know. Just enjoy wine. Never be afraid to try something new. You can have your old favorites, but I always say the variety is the spice of life when it comes to wine. And just come in and maybe pick something off the shelf, or ask us to recommend something that you might not normally take home.
Great idea.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Because I never leave a wine store. Unfortunately.
Once I find something and I can afford it, then I kind of glom onto it for
I
a
do too,
while.
yeah. Yeah.
If I know I'm going to like it, then I'm not taking risks.
But like you discuss sometimes, or we discuss in cooking class, as far as restaurants go, you got to get out of your comfort zone, go to a different kind of cuisine or whatever. And the same thing is
Exactly.
true, I think, for wine. If you taste around.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely, for sure. That is again why people ask me all the time, as you guys did earlier, what's my favorite wine? I'm like, what day is it?
Yeah.
Because I really do drink different bottle. Each time I take a bottle home, it's
Yeah.
very seldom do the same bottle twice.
But go to some wine tastings. That's really
wine
I
tastings,
really
yeah.
enjoy doing that because
Absolutely.
it opens your eyes and it gets you out of a rut.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you another, beside the cork and the screw top is kind of a joke because obviously there's a purpose for the corks, but
Right.
I don't like drinking wine out of a plastic cup ever.
I don't
And
either.
I mean, that's kind of gotten to be a weird situation in some places. If you're sitting outside, they want you to use a plastic cup. And that's a turnoff for me. And I'm not one of you.
No.
I'm not the exalted whiner.
But when we go on vacation, half the time we'll buy a couple. If we have a house or something, we'll buy wine glasses
Sure.
because I can't stand to drink wine out of a
Yeah.
big glass.
I don't. I agree. I like a thin glass, and then I don't even like the stemless glasses because
Because
to me
you're
it
gonna
heats
hold
up the
it.
wine
Sure.
so quickly.
Right.
And, you
gotta
want the
hold the
wine to
glass.
stay nice and cool in the glass, and plus you get fingerprints all.
Or
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I'm the
true.
same
Or-
way. Yes,
Yeah, I think
exactly.
you're
the hardest world.
You can
Yes.
take your own glass to a gallery opening who insists
Yeah.
on giving you a plastic cup.
Yeah, they say you can't bring your own booze, but god darn it, they've
Bring
never
your
said
own
a word
glass.
about glasses. So
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have a problem with that.
I don't know. It makes
Yeah.
a difference, though.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. Absolutely. I mean, even the thickness of the glass, which you guys are all wine drinkers, and a thick glass it's a little better than plastic, but
Thick and heavy.
much.
Clunky, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's hard to find inexpensive ones because we go through them a lot with friends like that. And,
I haven't dropped a glass.
They used to have these wonderful Riedel wine glasses at Wasserstrom's,
Oh,
big
yeah.
bowl,
Yep.
and can't find them anymore.
We sell them.
You do?
Yes. When's the last time you've been?
You'd know that.
No, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
been a little
Beautiful
while.
ones, and they're reasonable.
I
About
remember.
15 a stem, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I was looking
And
for
they are regal.
Isabel Ferrando the last time I was in, right?
Yes, we will have that. That's been just an amazing wine.
The 22?
Not sure what vintage. I think it'll probably be 23
Yeah,
at
right
this
now.
point. Yeah.
I remember it was, I think, a Metropolitan Club or something. We were doing a forum on the price of wine and the price of wine served at restaurants and the upcharge.
Like, why is it so expensive?
I
Yeah.
remember
My biggest pet peeve in the whole world.
But a good friend, Chef Hankey, stood up at the end of the forum and said, "Don't you know how much these glasses cost?"
Yeah, was it it was the Columbus Metropolitan Club, yeah.
Yeah, I think the overhead in restaurants is so high that's maybe wine is one of the way that helps
Yeah.
cover their cost to stay open. So as much as none of us like it, I understand it.
I do too.
But there's a difference between maybe a 2 times markup, or 2.5. I've seen 4 times retail.
Yeah,
I bought a
that's-
wine. I won't name the restaurant, and it was a $10 wine. I paid 40, and remember, the restaurateur only paid $6.66 for a $10 bottle of wine.
Correct. Yes.
So
Yeah, that seems excessive for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You're not going to
impossible
out
for
them.
many people.
You're not going to out them.
No, we never out.
I have
I'm
out of
teasing.
Yeah. Well, we love to talk about wine.
Oh yes,
We love to drink.
all day.
And we really appreciate you joining us today. Thanks to our guest, Faye Muncie of HausFrau Haven in German Village. To learn more about HausFrau Haven and its wine bar next door, Laundry, go to hausfrauhaven.com. That's HausFrauhaven.com. Thanks again, Faye.
Thank you very much for
Great
having me.
you. Remember, a meal with wine is best. A meal with wine is best shared. Likewise, please share a link to Chefs in the City podcast with your favorite foodies. You'll find us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. So in the meantime, Steve Stover, Rich Cherapek, and I wish you very many happy meals. Thanks for joining us today.
Boxland Media. Think big.